Welcome to Bobby Cinema Theater. I'm Bobby Cinema, but you can call me BC. Today's April 20th and my 11th week of my webcast, live at Bobby Cinema. We're introduced to new movies and DVDs that's out this week, and we're going to make my final grade on the movie out this week. Go onto my website where you can rate the plot and watch the movie trailers. The first movie out this week in theaters is 88 Minutes, starring Al Pacino, directed and produced by John Avman and just by TriStar Pictures. I look at this movie. I recommend people watching this movie. Al Pacino made an extraordinary performance as a college and forensic professor who was playing cat and mouse games with a psychotic killer and taking him on the phone to kill him in 88 minutes. Rate this movie a B-. The next movie out this week is The Forbidden Kingdom, starring Jet Li and Jackie Chan, directed by Robert Minkoff, produced by Yao Wen-ping, and just by Lionsgate and the Weinstein Company. I took up this film and I recommend people watching this movie about a teenage kid who travels to ancient China to help monks free a Monkey King by dangerous warriors. Jackie Chan and Jet Li made an extraordinary performance in this film. My hat's off to them. Rate this movie a B-. The next movie out this week is Pathology, starring Milo Ventimiglia, directed by Mark Solerman, produced by Gary Lucchese, and just by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. I took a look at this film and I recommend people watching this movie. There's an excellent suspense and horror in this movie. Milo Ventimiglia made an extraordinary performance in this film. My hat's off to him. People should definitely see it. It'll give you chills. Rate this movie a B. The next movie out this week is Forgetting Sarah Marshall, starring Jason Segel, Mila Kunis, and Kristen Bell, directed by Nicholas Stoller, produced by Judd Apatow, and just by Universal Pictures. I took up this film. I recommend people watching this movie in theaters. Jason Segel and Mila Kunis made an extraordinary performance in this movie. My hat's off to them. Jason did really well playing Peter Bretner, a songwriter who used to date a TV sexy star Sarah Marshall. He broke up with him for a rock star. To get over her, he went to Hawaii and meet a beautiful woman that saved his life and forget about her until she and her rock stars stay in the same area and working really hard trying to get over her. Rate this movie a B+. The next movie out this week is The Life Before Her Eyes, starring Uma Thurman and F. Rachel Wood, directed by Vadim Perlman, produced by Chase Bailey, and just by Magnolia Pictures. I took this movie. I recommend people watching this movie. Evan Rachel Wood and Uma Thurman made an extraordinary performance in this film. My hat's off to them. I rate this movie a B-. That's all the movies that are out this week. The next movie that's out on DVD this week is Lars and the Real World, starring Ryan Gosling, produced by Sarah Audrey, and distributed by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. I took a look at this film. I don't recommend people watching this film on DVD. This is the worst film I've ever seen since My Giant. They should get better actors and better writers for this film. I rate this movie a D. The next movie out this week is Juno, starring Ellen Page and Jennifer Garner, directed by Jason Reitman, produced by John Malkovich, and just by Fox Searchlight. I took with this film. I recommend people watching this movie on DVD. Juno was an excellent movie and won an Oscar for this movie. Jennifer Garner and Ellen Page made an extraordinary performance in this movie about teen pregnancy and figure out what's best for him, what's best for the girl. My hat's off to them. Rate this movie an A+. The next movie out this week is AVPR, Aliens vs. Predators, starring Steve Pascal, directed by Colin Strauss and Greg Strauss, produced by John Davis, and produced by 20th Century Fox. I took this movie. I don't recommend people watching this movie on DVD. This is the worst sci-fi film I've ever seen since Species. They should get better special effects and better actors for this film. I rate this movie a D. The next movie out this week is Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, starring Philip Seymour Hoffman and Ethan Hawke, directed by Sidney Lumet, produced by Ryan Lentz, and distributed by Capitol Films and Think Films. I took up this film. I recommend people watch this movie on DVD. Philip Seymour Hoffman and Ethan Hawke made an extraordinary performance in this film. My hat's off to them. Rate this movie a B-. The next movie out this week is The Name of King, a dungeon siege tale, starring Jason Statham and Leigh Sobelski, directed and produced by Uwe Boll, just by Freestyle Releasing and 20th Century Fox. I took a look at this film, and I recommend people watch this movie on DVD. This is the worst movie on DVD since King Arthur. They should get better actors and better writers for this film. I rate this movie a D-. That's all the time we have today. Come back next week where I introduce the new movies out this week and on DVD. Don't forget to log into my website where you can look into my new trailers, play my movie trivia, and my puzzle. This is BC. See you next week.